Yeah, I mean, they didn't know what trans kids were back then, so I mean, not to mention, is being trans a sin? Why are trans people being punished? Why even pass an executive order or an executive action that says there's only two genders, male and female, in this country? The first day, it's pointless. No, that's okay. Megan, do you believe that the government should be interfering in the way that parents raise their kids? Do you think that the government should dictate what is or what isn't the most agreed upon methods for taking care of their kids? Like, I want to show you something. This has been widely known about for a while. Hormone replacement therapy, suicide rates. This has been known about for a while. Hormone therapy linked to lower suicide risk for trans youth, study finds. This is from 2021. This has been understood and studied extensively for a long time. Based on 9,000 transgender non-binary youths from the age of 13 to 24 who provide data on of blah 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 blah. You get it. Now there's a difference between like actual hormonal therapy and transit like just transitioning physically. What next comment? Angela Merkel's not even in office anymore. She left like in 2018. For he who's least among you all is yeah, not Elon. That's a Jesus quote, right? If I'm not mistaken. Prevent abuse. Well, you're gonna have to demonstrate that it's abuse because, according to basically every institution that takes care of trans kids, that oversees everything, doesn't consider it abuse. Hello, Solenia. Thank you for joining a recent video. The guy confused Prussia with Russia. Prussia is and was. That's right. That's that's right. Yeah. So, advice from Lewis is an upcoming YouTube account. I don't. eh, A lot. I've known a lot about what he spoke of in that video. Aside from like the Russian Jewish thing and stabbing in the back, what the rumor that it was the Jews that betrayed them, and a couple other claims he made. So I don't know. Megan might have a point. Um, I want to know exactly what wife he's referring to because I think Elon's been married like two or three times. Let's not read the article. I don't like. I mean I could. All right. Okay. I am doing a show after all, and I thought this would be like common knowledge already, but I realized I do as for as long as I live, I'm going to have to reiterate multiple things that a lot of people tend to either ignore or don't really know anything about. So, gender affirming hormone therapy is strongly linked to a lower risk of suicide and depression for transgender youths, according to the first large scale studies to examine the issue. Published in the Journal of Adolescent Health, more than 9,000 trans, 9 Barony, Trevor Project, LGBTQ Youth Suicide Prevention Crisis Intervention Group. Young people receiving gender affirming hormones report a lower likelihood of experiencing recent depression and considering suicide compared to those who wanted but did not receive hormone therapy. For people under 18, receiving hormones was associated with nearly 40% lower odds of recent depression and a past year suicide attempt. It's clear that gender affirming care has the potential to reduce rates of suicide and depression. While banning this vital care and exposing young people to harmful political rhetoric can cause real harm. You don't fucking say, says Emmett Pally, CEO, Executive Director of the Trevor Project. It's critical that all transgender, non-binary youth across the country have access to medical care that is affirming, patient-centered, and evidence-based. At the time of this was written, more than 20 states have considered bills aiming to ban gender-affirming health care for transgender minors because they just fucking hate them. They just want them to go away. They don't give a. And it's in states. It's in deep fucking red states. I mean, of course, if you want to know more, ACLU talks about that. The cruelty is the point. Yeah, some transgender and non-binary people receive hormone therapy, which could include hormones such as estrogen, testosterone, and other medications to align their appearance and secondary sex characteristics with their gender identity. Hormone therapy is also used to treat many other conditions and illnesses, including cancer, precocious puberty, and the symptoms of menopause. So, if you have any evidence, Megan, that suggests that these drugs are untested, if you have any claims, any evidence supporting those claims, I'd love to hear them, because I've been asking the lunatic right wingers online and on Twitter and whatnot for that for forever, and it's either or they just ignore me, or they just send me some fucking tabloid that leads to nothing. All right. They're not untested drugs, though. Puberty causes mass kids without drug intervention. The study is for teenagers, and like I said before, parental permission is crucial in these situations, and it's between them and their doctor. Consent needs to go multiple ways before it can even start happening. For kids under that, under the age of 13, it gets a bit more dicier, but still, there is that that infamous clip of let's see, Matt Walsh reacts Joe Rogan trans therapy. I don't fucking know. That's not it. Ha! This is it. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. Watch this. Okay.
How many people have had this?
I fucking love this clip.
Done.
Depends on what. I don't think we have exact numbers, but if we're talking about the drugs, millions.
So on Joe Rogan's podcast, Matt Walsh claims that millions of trans people are on puberty blockers.
You're talking about hormone blockers?
Yeah.
Millions of kids have been on hormone blockers? Really?
I'm sure someone's going to fact check me on that, but my guess is that we're into the millions now at this point. Yeah, that would be my guess.
Is that so, Matt?
I can.
This is from late 2022.
Say for double mastectomies, I read a report recently that there were over 1,000 done between 2016 and 2019, and when you compare that,
yes, teens are minors, Megan, but if parents give consent and everything's gone over with their doctor, it's not the government's business.
That's how many were done between 2008 and 2015. It's a massive increase, and over 1,000 girls had gender affirming double mastectomies in that time frame.
And when you say girls, you're talking about prepubescent,
right? Minors, and that's just up until
you know why that is though, right? Fucking, there are such a thing. Okay, let's go over this one more time.
For double mastectomies, I read a report recently that there were over 1,000 done between 2016 and 2019, and when you compare that to how many were done between 2008 and 2015, it's a massive increase, and over 1,000 girls had gender affirming double mastectomies in that.
Now, of course, he doesn't back that up, but sometimes teenagers get double mastectomies, or at least reduction surgery. So he might just be lumping all that in here
in that time frame.
And when you say girls, you're talking about prepubescent,
right? Minors, and that's just up until 2019, and then we know that there's been this exponential increase with all this stuff year over year. So it's a lot. It's too many.
Exponential increase.
Having this happen to one kid is way too many. It's a lot more than one.
Yeah, look,
it's weird because like on his show, he speaks so much more confidently than he is right here.
If you're an adult and you want to do that and you understand who you are and what you are, and this is how you feel you should progress, you're an adult. This is a free country. You should be able to do whatever you want. But when you're talking about doing that to children, the fact that so many people are on board and so many people are angry.
You're right. A lot of them do end up winning because, like, even if you get the reduction surgery, they still grow. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
If you have, like, people are going to be angry at us that we're having these conversations.
Yeah, they will be. And I also, I actually think that this shouldn't be happening to.
You sound so nervous.
Very small number, if that's right.
It says over the last 5 years, there were at least 4,780 adolescents who started puberty blockers.
What was that number again?
If that's right.
It says over the last 5 years, there were at least 4,780 adolescents who started puberty blockers.
Very small number.
One more time,
right.
Joe.
It says over the last 5 years, there were at least 4,780 adolescents who started puberty blockers.
Okay, wait. I was told it was in the millions. What was that number again over the last 5 years between 2017 and 2022?
4,780 adolescents.
Weird. I've been told by the right wing for years and years and years how widespread and harrowing this crisis is. You're telling me the number is less than 5,000? Huh. It's almost like the entire right-wing media apparatus has been fucking lying. It's almost like they just hate trans people. It's almost like they're just cruel bastards.
Since you started puberty blockers and had a prior gender dysphoria diagnosis.
It says it's kind of undercounted.
Selena, Selenia. I won't tolerate any Megan slander in my chat. Megan is a close friend of mine, and I cherish her. We have our disagreements, but I know her in real life, and I adore her very much. I understand it's been a tense stream, but I won't accept that.
I don't know, but
that would be a big undercounting.
Less than 1,000 people a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess hundreds of thousands.
He can't accept it. I would guess Hundreds of thousands. Has that number gone up to the hundreds of thousands the past 2 years, Matt?
But I could be wrong.
Million sounds great.
I could be.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out, huh, man? Me Delita says this dude is so dismissive of minors actually making informed, independent decisions, kind of control freak. It really is. Like, I mean, Matt Walsh is one of these creepy fuckos that just want like government domination of the personal lives of its citizens, especially when it comes to LGBTQ.
Yeah.
The Media Matters will have fun with that clip.
Yeah.
Matt Walsh.
I'm having fun with that clip, Matt. Oh my god, this turned out to be a fun stream after all. Let's catch up with the comments here. I'm actually getting some interaction tonight. I don't usually get that. It's actually kind of cool. Puberty blockers do not sterilize. That is correct. Taking long term, yes. It has. There's a risk of it. There's a risk of it, but on a long enough timeline after you stop taking them, that risk reduces. If I remember correct, I haven't read up on this shit in years, so you're gonna have to forgive me. Like I'm, because I learned like we all come to a point in our lives early on where if we're not already exposed to it, if we're not already familiarized with trans people or the LGBTQ in general, there's a lot that we're ignorant about. There's a lot that we don't know. And so we can either react with ease and go the bigoted route and just dismiss it like, oh, bunch of freak shows. Or we can quench that curiosity with actual education of ourselves. And so when I got over my confusion and I guess baffling, I guess, of when it came to trans people, like all I had to do was just ask them, like, tell me how this works. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what makes you tick and how you got to where you are, what keeps you going, what you require to maintain who and what you are.